Hitting the record button. Okay, over to you, Anneliese and Claire.
Right, okay, right. Hello, everybody. As you know, my name is Claire Shaw, Independent Consultant, Regional Vice President, Regional Vice President and National Vice President in Qualification. So this is a very important year for all of us. So setting goals for this year is the most important part of your business. You know, new year, new you, we've got the clean and lean to look forward to, but most importantly, with any business and anything that you want to do at the start of a new year, you have targets, you have goals, you have promises that you make to yourself. Well, the same applies to an Arbonne business. So tonight is all about setting those goals and the time restraints that you can push upon yourself to achieve those goals. It's entirely up to you. As you know, with an Arbonne business, it's your business. You decide how you want to grow it. If you want to grow it fast or slow, entirely up to you. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm really, really delighted that Anneliese McKay has decided to do a training on goal setting tonight. And it's a very simple system and it explains it in a very simple way. So I hope you've all got your notepads ready. I'm going to hand straight over to Anneliese. Thank you so much, Anneliese.
Thank you, you're welcome. Thank you for having me as well. It's my first training that I've not done for my region, so I'm very excited. So my name's Anneliese. I am currently a consultant with Arbonne International. I am in Chris and Carol Isles region. Chris Clark is my sponsor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, because then you'll see where I'm coming from with my goals, which I think is really important. So I started my Arbonne business 2 years ago. Didn't really pick it up at all, following the gold bag system, which didn't really work for me. But then I started building up a really good preferred client base, working a corporate job, very, very good salary, 70 grand a year, which is fantastic. And then this year, complete unexpected happened. I went off sick for 2 months with compounded stress. I was really quite poorly, physically and mentally. And I went back to work, and even though my boss knew about Arbonne, he asked me to make a decision and said, you can either have a career at Deloitte or you can run your Arbonne business. You can't have both. Now, considering my salary was 70 grand, my biggest ever check in Arbonne being 486, even though there was those weighing scales, it was a no-brainer for me. It was Arbonne all the way. I knew when I had to notice in, I'd be about £800 to £1,000 short every single month just on my mortgage bills. And I thought, actually, this is where it gets serious. I have to treat this like a business. So I've never set goals before in my life for Arbonne. And I thought the only way I'm going to bring an income from this is actually have my goals up on the wall, have a massive, massive vision. And I know a lot of the kind of personal trainers and, you know, the motivational speakers like Darren Hardy say, don't focus on the how, focus on the why. But actually, when I think if you focus on the how, and you write the how you're going to do those goals down, if you focus on that, it kind of takes the pressure off the goals, so they come more naturally that you achieve them. So myself and Ali Groves sat down the other week and we set up a very, very simple system. So I'm just going to try and show a screen for you, because what I did, first of all, you just have to bear with me a second, guys, was I worked out, because obviously it's quite important, I worked out, as you can see, can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. I worked out what my total was every month, which, as you can see at the top, £1,000. And I'm not embarrassed about declaring this, as long as it helps you guys, I'm cool with it, I really am. So I worked out, from October, I'm going to be £1,000 a month short on my mortgage and bills. And that is without a lifestyle. So unless you know those numbers, you've got to sit down and you've got to work through them, because then you can't create your extra personal goals and those extra, you know, extravagance that you really want. Then I worked out, actually, what do I want extra? So we listed out a list of 10 things that we would like every month and the cost of each of those items. And then we added them up, and as you can see, it comes down to about £1,675. So I know that my monthly goal is £1,675 financially per month, okay? And then I thought, actually, on top of that, we want to set 6 monthly goals, 12 monthly, 18 months, 2 years, and 5 years. Because you've got your immediate financial goals, but then you've got like your long term, you've got your massive visions. So, I'll lose you. Sorry, but I don't think I will. Just hold on a second.
Anneliese,
Yeah.
it's not opened up, so we can't see it. It hasn't opened.
Can you not see that? No.
I can't because it's remaining small. Anybody, go ahead if you can't see it.
Can't see it. Okay, right, fine. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll talk through and then I'll put them into a file and put them onto your Nation page.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. So what I did after that was I did my massive vision for 2015. A bit hard to explain without seeing it. The massive, I basically got a massive piece of flip chart paper, 2015 in the middle, and then I listed out month by month what I wanted to achieve. And it wasn't just in my Arbonne business, it was in my coaching business, which I'm training to be a personal coach. It was my health as well, which is also very, very important. If you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. And then from that, I listed my goals out, and I'm not sure actually, you might be able to see that list behind me. It might not be clear, but you'll be able to see it. So basically what I did was, with my Arbonne, I thought, right, when do I want to be district manager? District manager February, area manager June, and region November. And it's a massive stretch, considering that I'm only just picking the business up after 2 years. I know it's a big stretch, but I have to do it. And then it was breaking those goals down. It's like, well, how many QBs using the 2x2 system do I need to get to reach district, and then area, and then region? So it's basically looking at your vision, and then looking at your goals, where you want to be in your life, and then working out your Arbonne business, how many QBs you need for each of those targets. And then once you've got those, then you can slot in like your luxurious goals. So for me and Ali, it was very important, like, to recognise people that have helped us with our business. So it's like, you know, champagne lunch in June, you know, a holiday, a weekend away. But unless you've got them actually written down, they don't become real. They're just in your head. And if you put them up everywhere, in your office and at home, you're staring at them every single day. Now, what I will send over is I'll send over that list. Because basically it's 3 columns. So the first column is my goals with very, very specific dates on. My second column is the how, which I'll go through in a second. And the third column is the why. So I've got a very specific list of my why, because I'm short financially every month. The how column, so for example, I've got down 10 preferred client chats, because I'm also building a PC base. I've got 2 product parties a month. I've got a physical blaze per week. I've got 1 Zoom blaze per week, which is going to increase week on week as momentum picks up. I've got my DVD challenge, which is basically giving Rise of the Entrepreneur out to one person, asking them to pass it on. I've got a text-a-thon per month, which is what Eric Corey talks about, which is basically texting 20 to 30 people 1 day per month and asking them where they're up to in life, to be wanting to meet for a coffee, and then introducing the opportunity to them. I've got a VP Zoom per quarter, so it's getting a vice president from a sideline or your upline to talk and train your team. I've got a Zoom training a week and an area training a month. Now, I know those are very, very specific, but they have to be. And when you focus on that middle column, on how you're going to do it, it actually takes the pressure on the bigger picture, because I know when you put goals down and they're absolutely huge, you can feel quite stressed and you can feel like quite a lot of pressure. But when you move away from that and you look at the how, and you just do the how consistently every single week, and you become very, very specific from it, I absolutely guarantee you'll just smash it. You just will, because you've worked out what you need, you worked out how you're going to do it, and then you just do it. But what I'll do, guys, is I'll send over pieces of paper which I wanted to go through tonight. So it's basically my 2015 vision, my goals chart. I've also got my 150 PQV tracker. So basically, whilst we're getting people on board as consultants with the 2x2 system, it's also very, very important that we just track the 150 orders as well. Otherwise, you're not really growing your business. So I've got a month by month, how many consultants I'm sponsoring and in my team, and how many of those are actually placing the 150 PQVs order, which is really important. And then I've got another flip chart with my global teams on it. So even though I haven't built my team globally yet, I've just written down who I know in each country. And if I don't know anyone, I've just written a question mark. and it just gives you focus. And those flip charts have absolutely surrounded my walls in my office. And basically, they're called magic whiteboards, and you can get a roll of 25, which you just tear off, and it sticks to the wall through static, and you can just write on it and rub off, and they're absolutely fantastic. It's a shame that I can't share the screen with you properly, because you'll be able to see all my pieces of paper, but I'll log them up for you and do a list. But yeah, very, very, very simple. Look at your financials every month, do your monthly goal, then do your 6 monthly goal, your 12-month goal, your 18-month, your 2-year and your 5-year. And, you know, it's your health, it's your business, it's your RBAN, but it's recognising your achievement as well as putting your personal goals in there.
Okay. All right. Yep, that's brilliant, Anneliese. Thank you. Has anybody got any questions at all?
Could I ask Anneliese, please, what she means by a 2x2?
So that's the Don Failer system that we know. Is everybody using that in your team, Claire?
Yeah, we're all using it.
Yeah, I call it 2x2. Yeah.
We're aiming at 5x5 and all 150 sort of sign up, so that everybody understands that every month your business overhead is the 150 QV order. However, it's not necessarily overhead. It's money that you're already spending anyway. Yeah,
I use 5 as well, but I just call it 2x2 because that's what Don talks about with the board.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, yeah. But yeah, so we're sort of we've really made that transition across now to that system of the 150. Obviously, success packs are great because, you know, that offers you know, more products, better discount, 50% discount. But the most important thing is that everybody understands to do that monthly 150 QV that's it. And that way you build your solid business. You know it's sustainable, you know that it's solid, and it just keeps on marching forward when you're using that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, myself and Chris looked at this about 18 months ago. Yeah. But with consultants doing 1,000 PQV through preferred clients as well. And for one reason or another, our team's just dropped off, and it's like actually 150 PQV every month. It's so straightforward. It's so simple. It's just redirecting your spend. And it's sustainable, isn't it?
Definitely. It's just sustainable. And we're finding now that this is so much easier. We're sort of appealing more to 95% of the population rather than the 5% that we were sort of aiming at. And I suppose most of the people in my business, I've spoken to them recently, you know, within my central team. I've reconnected with a lot of people that I had never really considered would like to do or would really want to have an Arbonne business. But I've now sort of reconnected with them and told them about this system, and they're all queuing up. It is unbelievable because it's just so simple. And people who were consultants and have so they sort of dropped off really because it was too complicated. There was too much information, and now they're all saying, "Yep, okay, yep, let's do it. It's so much easier." And you know that you can speak to absolutely anyone with this system of doing 150 QVs. It doesn't mean that people can't spend more. If they want to spend more, they can. You know, birthday presents, Christmas presents, all sorts of presents that you want to buy. You're not going to buy from somebody else's shop. You're going to buy from your own shop now. So
completely. It's just easier, isn't it? I mean, you know, I'm planning to go back to all the people that I've spoken to previously and my consultants that have dropped off completely, and it's just kind of reinvigorating, you know, some of those conversations, but it's a much easier conversation to have. I think at the end of the day, you know, you find a system that works for you, don't you? And it's clearly working for you guys, and now other people are latching onto it as well, which is fantastic. So you're definitely leading the way, which is great.
Yeah, I know. I've got a few more regions now contacting me asking to, you know, to be part of it, which is great. It's brilliant.
It is. It's fantastic, and everybody can use that system as well.
Yes. Yeah. So, has anybody got any questions? I know Amy Dixon on this call is absolutely flying with this system completely. Amy, because you've joined when you didn't really know any other system, so you haven't complicated it.
Yeah, that's right. I just don't know anything else, so it's definitely working.
Yeah. Working a treat for you, isn't it?
And it doesn't restrict the population financially either, does it?
No, exactly. Yeah. So anybody else got any questions at all?
I'm really sorry, guys. I couldn't share my screen properly because it would have been so much easier to explain with my pieces of paper. But what I'll do is I'll write out some notes and I'll put the paper in the right places and I'll upload the file to Claire's Nation page. And if you've got any questions on the back of that, then just come back to me.
Okay, yeah, that's great, Anneliese. I've actually done my goals, everybody. So working on this, I will speak to you all individually. I do on a regular basis anyway. But with the goals that I've set out now, and I know that it's so predictable working with this system that we will be nation by March. And by April, we will have 3 more direct regional presidents in this central. I won't say at this stage who they're going to be. I know who they're going to be because I can see your business, I can see growth, I can see the people that are adapting to this system. I know how predictable it's going to be. So I already know who those regions are. Okay, but that doesn't mean that everybody else can't be a region by the end of this year. Well, not this year, I mean 2015.
Yeah, it's highly doable as region. I've worked it out and it is doable if you're just consistent and you just focus on the how, definitely.
Yeah, it does. You know, when we go through the napkin presentation and we tell you that you need 17 people in your business to get you into district manager qualification, and then if that repeats every 3 months, then you will be a district manager. Business continues to grow each month, so you can do district qual in your first month, area qual in your second, region qual in your third, region complete in your fourth, and then.
Hang on, Claire. So you're saying in every 3 months you can get.
Sorry. Who said that?
Trish.
Yes. What did you say?
So, sorry, can you just go over that again about the promotion?
Yeah. Okay, so in your first month, you can do district qual.
Yeah.
Okay. In your second month, you would complete district.
Yeah.
And in your third month, you would do area qual.
Yeah.
Fourth month, complete region.
Yeah.
Fifth month, nation.
Hang on. Fourth month, complete region. Okay.
Fifth month, nation qual.
Complete region, Trish.
Okay, yeah. Fifth month.
Nation qual.
Yeah.
6 months, nation.
Okay.
But if this is duplicating in your business, then every month behind you are the people that you are bringing up with you. So if you are a nation in month 6, say, in month 7, you will have promoted another nation, another 5 nations direct to you. As long as you make sure this duplicates and you reach down 3 levels, and when you know that your business is safe 3 levels, then you're okay, you can go and sponsor someone new. But until then, don't. Just work with your team. Don't leave your team to go and do it by themselves. That's crazy. That's, you know, as Don Failure says, you know what? Give someone the keys to their car, to your car, and say, go and have a drive. And they can't even drive, but you give them the keys to your brand new Ferrari. You just would not do it. So treat the business with the same sensitivity as that. You have got to make sure that people don't go running out speaking to their market themselves, because they will destroy it. And I really don't mean to be rude to any new consultants on this call. I was a new consultant once, and I know that when I started speaking to them, I was destroying it because I didn't really know what I was talking about.
We were all like idiots, weren't we?
Absolutely, yeah, we did. We were on like complete. So now with this system, it works, and you have to work 3 levels deep. And then the people that join the business along the way, they are there listening each and every step of the way. And you always say to your prospects and your new team members, this is how the business works. This is how we do it. The sponsor speaks to the new consultant's prospect. And you are there every time until it's working. 3 generations.
Clyde, just a quick question. Roughly how long is it before your new consultants are going out on their own and speaking to people with the system?
Only when it's 3D.
Right, okay.
It doesn't mean that actually you've got consultants that don't know what they're doing. The consultants do know what they're doing, but you have to make sure that they see and the new people see that you've got that fantastic support network above them to make sure it works. So
when you've got a 3 deep business which is consistent and sustainable, that's when those consultants go out on their own.
Those consultants what, Anneliese?
Those consultants go out on their own and then start talking to people when it's 3 deep.
Yeah, when it's 3 deep. Yeah, it doesn't mean the third one is able to go out. You know that.
No, just your direct at that stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay with that? Does everyone understand that?
Yeah.
Can everyone nod if you agree?
Yep, happy.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
So, you know, we have the Blaze sessions, and they're working a treat. We can do Zoom training, we can do a Zoom prospect call. You don't have to wait, you know, until you can get to the next Blaze session, which might be 2 weeks away or 2 months away. Get them on a call with the sponsor and the sponsor's sponsor immediately. Get them in front of the sponsor and the sponsor's sponsor. Okay. Is everyone okay with that? Nod. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Ask one question, please, Claire. I'd like to ask a question to Anneliese about getting their upline involved in setting the goals. How important is that?
Well, it's an interesting question, and I don't want to say too much. However, I don't know if my upline declare goals because I am quite far down. I was a district manager and I've fallen back to consultant because I was banned from Arbonne for 3 months by my work. So I don't know if to declare goals. One thing I do know is that somebody who's just gone nation, to get themselves to nation, they sat round a table once every week and asked every team player within that group to declare how much they needed to get them to the next level. So it was about pulling the people up from below to get them into qualification or to qualify or to go into completion for the next level that would then get them to nation. And I think it's an amazing idea. So say, for example, if I had 5 people around the table and I wanted to get to region, I'd be like, you know, Ian, how much do you need to get to area? Helen, how much do you need to get to area? Claire, how much do you need to get to DM? And so on. But they knew their nation's goal. They knew that on that day they had 65,000 to complete nation. Somebody else had 25,000 to complete region. Somebody else had 12,000 to complete area. And those are real numbers, by the way. But they all worked as a team because they knew exactly what the goals were for that month. And they knew exactly what their QBs were to get them to that next level, which I think is a great idea. And I definitely am going forward, going to define goals to my downline. Absolutely. Because I don't think you can do it any other way. That is the whole ethos of network marketing. The whole ethos is to, you know, your team to help you get to the next level. So, you know, you guys help Claire get to the next level. and Claire will pull you up to help her get to that level. So in order for you guys to do that, I think, you know, tell me Claire if I'm wrong, but I think you have to declare your goals to your team, your QBs. You know, Ian, you'll have to declare your goals to your downline, because otherwise it doesn't really, network marketing doesn't really work, because it is a network and you're all helping each other get there.
Yeah, absolutely, Anneliese. Yeah, you know, at the start of every month, I speak to everybody, you know, tell them what we need. I ask them their goals. But what I don't do is sit everybody down together. And that is the key thing. Sit everyone down together.
Yeah, it creates momentum massively.
Yeah, and people then pull together as a team. If people are just individually on their own, they don't do this team effort, and that's no reflection on anyone in particular at all. It just helps everybody to feel more involved and part of it.
Yeah, and the great thing is that when you help somebody else get to where they want to be, it takes the focus off your business, so your business naturally comes through. So if you need 5,000 to complete an area, but actually you knew that your region needed 15 to complete that day, you're so busy trying to help your region get that 15,000, naturally you're taking your eyes off your 5 and your 5 will just come through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember, you know, when we were getting Ian Pritchard to Nation. That's what we did.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
And everyone was, you take the focus off yourself, and, you know, you're aiming for somebody else, you know, to achieve their goals. It just works.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, so when you get your teams on board, guys, definitely, you know, sit round, get your key players, get your goals in place anyway, declare your goals, look at your QBs every single day. Some people don't, and I think it's absolutely crazy. I asked somebody who was going region the other day, I was like, what are your QBs to get you to region this month? I don't know, I've not checked. I'm like, crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have daily goals?
Daily goals. The daily goals are my how, Trish. So I've got monthly goals, 6 monthly, 12 monthly, like I was talking about. My daily goals are my how. So I know I've got, you know, a Zoom blaze, I've got a Zoom training, I've got my physical blazes to do, I've got my textathon and the DVD challenge and my one-to-one. So yeah, I suppose that's my daily goal really, but that's more the how for me.
Yeah, that's your plan. My daily goal is to speak to one new person a day, and I'll tell you what, at the moment, I'm doing a 45-second napkin presentation every day, and every day people are joining me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone that sees this, the napkin presentations, say, yeah, great, love it, and joining. But it's it. So
yeah, one thing actually, sorry Claire, one thing I mentioned is, I was listening to a CD program, I don't know if you've heard of it, it's called Go for No, and I will put the name up and the author on Claire's page, but basically it focuses on how many no's you're going to achieve in that day, because say for example, if you wanted 5 directs in your team in 1 month, say if you got those 5 directs in the first week, you'd stop. Whereas if you said, actually, I'm going to go for 20 no's a week, if you get those 20 no's, actually what you're going to find is that your yeses will become easier. So you might end up with 10 or 15 directs in a month rather than 5. And it also comes with an affirmation CD as well, and it just switches your thinking. So it's far, far easier to focus on the no's than it is the yeses. Far easier. Just to give you an example, when I was working on my preferred clients, I listened to that program every day for about 2 months, and I got 13 preferred clients in a month, which was amazing for me because I had no confidence at all. But I'll put the name up on the page. It's a great CD. I think it's like $36 or something. But yeah, it's great. Focus on the no's rather than the yeses.
Good plan.
Yeah, you know, the key thing with this business is be in business every day. You know, if you think of any business or any job, if you think, well, you know what, I think I'll go to work tomorrow, but I probably won't work for another few weeks, and then I might just do an hour, and then I might do an hour in another 2 weeks' time. Do you think you would have a successful business? Do you think you'd keep your job? No, you wouldn't. I don't know any business that would succeed at that rate, or any job, any boss that would keep you in a job by doing that. You know, being consistent every day makes it easier for you to remember what you're doing. You know what it's like, you know, if you go on holiday, when you're working, you go on holiday, and you come back to your desk, you go, oh gosh, where was I at with that? What have I got to do with that? You know, and that's just any normal job, whatever it is. If you've been away from it for a couple of weeks, you know, the same applies to this business. If you pick it up and put it down, you know, and leave it for a few weeks, then it just hasn't got that consistent flow. It's much easier if you just do a little bit every day.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and of course, your goal is to have your personal development. You've got to be reading, listening, and learning and developing yourself, because this changes you as a person. You know, if you're in network marketing, you need to understand what network marketing is. So read the books.
I think my problem is that I keep thinking that I keep looking at people and thinking they don't need this. They're set up, and it's so bad. It's not something you should be doing, but sometimes if you're surrounded by people that you think are really, really set up in their lives, you think, I can't mention it to them because they don't need it.
Okay, Trish, can't really hear you very well. Did anybody else hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, great. Okay, Anneliese, can you speak?
Yeah, what Trish was saying is that one of her obstacles is that she thinks that other people don't need it. So my answer to that is, who are you to judge? You know, and the top MVPs talk about this all the time. It's like, who are you to judge who doesn't and who does need this business? Really? You just, I think Trish, it's kind of like reading for you, really.
I think,
You know,
the one comment for me that always overcomes anything like that is the saying that if you really understood what residual income was, you'd walk through a brick wall to get it. And I think it's so true, and I don't think there's anybody that doesn't need residual income. There's very few people, probably the top 5% as we talk about, that have got that residual income already. So I think everybody needs it one way or another.
Yeah.
And if you're concerned about passing it forward anyway, then you're never really too concerned about that person that's immediately in front of you. Because even if they don't need it, somebody that they know does need it.
Yeah.
Can I just say we've got 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go?
Sorry, just one final point from me, if that's okay. I keep butting in, I feel terrible. I went to Eric Warrior GoPro in November, which was bloody fantastic. And he said, no matter what fear you come across from people, it's either fear of themselves or fear of network marketing. So whatever they tell you, it falls in one of those two categories. And your objective really is to learn great answers to those fears.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, so we've got less than 1 minute, so thank you very much, Anneliese. Thank you, Claire. Does anybody else have anything to say very quickly? Okay, Happy New Year then.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.